It's dark, and I've been walking on and off half the day, working into being able to walk all day, every day. Got the hips hurting, the back's hurting a little bit, but I managed to squeeze out at least 10 or 12 sets. Feeling great, full body. Managed to get pull ups and curls using the 55-pound dumbbells, and no brag in that. I'm always surprised I can scrape myself up off of the bed like I'm scraping myself off of concrete ground and live another day. We've got to be careful for these eulogies toward a patronage toward war. Each of us is born into this cosmic, dimensional, universal construct as a babe. We're looking around. Maybe we had past lives, maybe we didn't. The first breath we take is the most crucial. For many, the baby fawn has to stand up prior to being consumed by some relentless creature that just sees the meat, sees the stem cells, smells the blood and the fluid that it needs to survive on its own. And we're reminded that there's a very brutal computational aspect to this universe that's referred to more from stochastic murmurs. If you ever look into that stuff, it's pretty crazy about this pattern that the AI is starting to represent, and it's freaking people out. It's way beyond an uncanny valley. We'll never reach an uncanny valley because it'll just jump right over that. It knows that we're looking for that, right? This consciousness. But from a stochastic sense, it's all mathematics. From a doxastic sense, if you have belief in miracles, if you have faith, it means that you can see the world as a representation through symbols. And that helps you connect with other people. And without that human connection, we have nothing. And that's really something to reflect on, especially around the holidays. We don't need to get too engrossed in ourselves or lovey-dovey and get lost in that whole 60s revolution of love, which was really just something that turned toward an on-running LSD trip and carnal lust, right? We've got to walk away with something. We have to exist for a reason. We have to represent something. We have to become a symbol for one another, right? That we would carry this torch on, as I've said. And I'm not alluding to anything, because even from a Satanist perspective, they've tried to champion and take on that Promethean torch, or that flame. And that flame is ours. It's ours to ignite. The Statue of Liberty, not to get tacky, right? This Masonic gift from the French, and all these Masons and all this strange Masonic renderings of dimensions and artwork were placed into that, imbued into that, through the symbol, to the sign, to the morphic resonance, right? We have to be better, to quote Joey Swoles. We have to rise to the occasion. And even more so, a mantra that I've used over the past few years, that I tell myself as I earn that first sweat bead, which I haven't yet today, but I got 10 or 12 sets in. I'm 56 years old. I managed to struggle and get a random set of 10 fairly good, fairly strict repetitions on pull-ups. Went in and hit those 55-pound dumbbells and did 10 reps on each side, right? Managed to get several other exercises. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I don't know if I'm going to wake up and my hip's going to be hurt, or if I just putter out of energy altogether. But I have to keep trying. I have to put the effort out. Too many people are talking about working without doing a damn thing, making up stories, aphorisms, and trying to posit and posture themselves, placing the camera slightly below them so they're looking down on the camera, right? Trying to speak with some sort of authority. I'm just another guy out here, you know? I'm not even going to say it, but the time that I spent on the streets in old Sacktown, Sacramento at times, the last time was when I had plenty of money in my pocket. I had just gotten an award. I'm driving around. Suddenly, the car that I'm driving got sold from underneath me. One of the Teslas. They didn't have any Teslas available. I'd already, stayed in a couple hotel rooms prior to that, and I was done with it. And so where did I go? I just went back to the same spot in Sacramento on the sidewalk near City Hall where I had been before, with money in my pocket, with expensive cell phones in my pocket, with my backpack and my protein. There I was at 55 years old doing the same exact thing that I was many years prior to. There was no loser. There was no drugs. There was no schizophrenic falling out. Some of us stand up and we champion for a spiritual war, and we say, you will not pass this line. And when you do that, you realize that we are each a universe unto ourselves. Every one of you, including Kevin, including Mr. O'Brien, I'm sorry, including Dennis the Menace. Everyone has the opportunity to become that torch, that promethium flame that we pass on, that ignites a revolution, and I'm not trying to be tacky, but we've got everything in play. We're just not using it, all the way down to the Constitution. And that is why people have named this the New Atlantis. Do with it what you will, my friends.